In the early 1980s, a quiet stretch of England, Buckinghamshire and Hertfordshire, became the hunting ground for one of the most calculating criminals the country had ever seen. A man who moved at night with silent precision, breaking into homes while families slept. A man who watched, planned, and struck without warning. This is the story of Malcolm Fairley, known to the public as the Fox. Fairley didn't burst onto the criminal scene. He slid in quietly. His first attacks were thought to be random, isolated burglaries. But soon detectives realised these weren't ordinary break-ins. Fairley would cut telephone wires to silence a house. He unscrewed or removed light bulbs to plunge rooms into darkness. He crept through rural villages like Edlesborough, Leighton Buzzard, Tring and beyond, choosing isolated homes, often surrounded by fields, knowing police response times would be slow. His attacks escalated. What started as burglary evolved into something far more violent. He entered homes armed, masked, and terrifyingly calm. He studied his victims beforehand. He knew when they were alone. He knew the layout of the villages, and he always vanished before police could arrive. Detectives worked relentlessly. They interviewed hundreds of residents. They brought in forensic teams who found frayed rope fibres, footprints, tyre marks, and the strange calling cards Fairley left. Cut wires, removed bulbs, and scenes arranged with unsettling precision. But there was never enough to identify him. The press named him the Fox because he slipped through towns and fields like a predator, silent, calculating, always watching. Entire communities were paralysed with fear. People double-locked doors. Men sat up at night to guard their families. Women slept with lights on. Patrols were increased. But still, the Fox continued to strike. Everything changed when one of his victims fought back, chasing Fairley out of the house and catching a glimpse of his getaway car, an old yellow Austin Allegro. That sighting became the break detectives needed. House-to-house inquiries narrowed down the exact model and colour. Forensic teams matched footprints and tyre impressions. Slowly the walls closed in. Fairley was eventually captured after a coordinated police operation. When officers entered his home, they found stolen items, shoes matching crime scene prints, tools, and evidence linking him to multiple attacks. In interview rooms, he appeared emotionless, giving very little away, but the evidence was overwhelming. In court, his crimes shocked the nation. The judge described Fairley as a cold and predatory offender who terrorized entire communities. He was sentenced to multiple life sentences, over 130 years in total, ensuring he would never walk free again. And so the man who haunted the night, who preyed on the isolated, who orchestrated fear across counties, was finally removed from the world he terrorized. The fox would never hunt again. This documentary is dedicated to the victims, survivors, and the detectives who worked tirelessly to bring one of Britain's most dangerous criminals to justice.